Hey everybody, so it's JT. I want to start this off. I'm in Orlando. I came down here for a couple days to meet with a friend of mine and actually met with Rip Trippers. I saw an opportunity to do an interview with them, talk about some tough topics, but I wanted to start off by saying that I'm respectful. I'm a professional guy. No matter what I've thought about Rip in the past or what you think about him, I think it's fair to do a professional, respectful interview. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to talk about some tough topics, but like I said, I'm going to be polite at the same time, so I think it'll make for a pretty cool video. We're going to go meet Rip now. He's probably combing his beard. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Do this?
I'm ready.
All right. Hey, everybody. This is JT. Got something a little different for you today. Always wanted to do some interview-style videos, and I got one. Probably recognize this guy. Rip Trippers is here with me today. Rip, thanks for doing this, man. I really appreciate it. I think it's going to make a good video. Might be a little awkward at first. I don't know. But I think the viewers are going to really appreciate it. So we're going to before we get started, I want to make sure your knuckles are good and lotioned up. I don't want you stopping the video and having to go to makeup or anything.
John tells me you got like a gallon of this in the other room.
I don't know why I just carried that around with me.
What's that for?
I should have thought that through. It kind of backfired. But I want to dig straight into that video, man. You put out a video and you explained some of how you explained it was your side effects from vaping and some dry knuckles and things. And there was a bit of a backlash. And whether you want to call them haters, I think it was a little beyond that. A lot of people took it the wrong way. So I think this is a good time, and I'd like to kind of hear what you have to say about it. So do your thing.
All right, so the video, I'm more disappointed with the way that I portrayed that video. Do I regret posting something like that? Absolutely not. I took it down because it was taken the wrong way. And I just said it, I said it the wrong way. It just didn't come out the way that I thought it would. And
right.
after seeing other people's response for that first day, it clicked. I was like, okay, this just wasn't. It wasn't right.
Right.
But it was all good intentions. It was for the vapor. That small percentage, and I didn't realize that. It's me, man. This is me, dude.
Yeah.
I have, those symptoms that I was having. Those are the symptoms I had that I had to overcome. But I was doing that video for the other vapors
that might have experienced that, right?
That's right.
So I gotta say, and this is to the viewers, I came down to Orlando and I've hung out maybe a day or two now with Rip, and we went to the grocery store and we ate and hung out. And I gotta say, some people are just very health conscious, right? This is that dude. He eats organic, gluten-free, cauliflower bait. I'm being silly on that part. But he said, I don't know about that kind of food. You know what I'm saying? I know McDonald's and I know Red Bull. Flat out!
We got to get you on a diet, buddy.
Whole nother video. The JT Lose Fat Challenge 2017 coming soon. But dude's a health nut, man. Like, I went shopping with this guy and I didn't eat anything in that store. There wasn't enough sugar and gluten to satisfy me. This is the way I understand it. That video makes sense, getting to know you and like how you lead your life. And I think we've talked a little bit. I think towards the end of the video, when he kind of explains how he got started vaping and some of his family medical history, it'll kind of make sense to you too. Going back to YouTube, do you ever reply to YouTube comments on your videos at all?
I don't.
All
across my social media, I don't. Because I've got a 16-month-old baby girl. I've got a son on the way. I got a wife. I've got other ventures that I'm doing right now. And I mentioned this before in my YouTube videos, and it just is what it is. Now, what I do is I look at the comments and I see what people want to review. I see the questions. I try to relay that message through my videos. See, my content, I'm trying to answer people's questions through my videos. That's probably the easiest way to.
And I'm sure people get offended when you don't respond, but I mean, I've got 8,000 subscribers on YouTube and 49,000 on Instagram. There's no way I can even respond to comments.
You know what?
So I get it.
I say this though. When I first started, I did respond, but it wasn't as hectic. You know, I had the time to do it, and now that I have a family, it just becomes a lot harder.
Right.
And also, I just don't. I don't want to. I feel like it's taken away from some people when I comment to some people. I feel
and
like
not to the other ones.
It just makes me. Yeah, it's just. That's
right.
right. And that'll be another job in itself. And people say, why don't you get an assistant for that? Why don't you just get an assistant? If I'm going to write someone, it needs to be from me.
That's
personally,
crazy.
Not from an assistant.
But it kind of opens the door maybe for all reviewers that take that kind of stand, maybe to just do some Q&A videos. You know, you could maybe do something like that. Or just every once in a while, just have a video where you just read random comments.
Good idea. That's a good idea.
I don't know.
That's a good idea. You know, I haven't done that. You know, what I need to do is, instead of reading comments, I need to go through all the emails I receive on a daily basis.
That's a whole other monster, I'm sure.
You know, thousands of people that I've helped out.
There you go.
Thousands of people. And, you know, I've thought about that. It's just, all this is so hectic. And you got to realize this, you know, with the products that I'm receiving on a daily basis, I want to try to get as many and test as many as I can. That's a job in itself, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. And that might be where the disconnect kind of starts or mainly lies without the comments back and stuff. But, you know, I think a lot of people have to understand, for a lot of people, you're their favorite reviewer. You know, whether that last video changed their mind or not, you're their guy. And most of them probably understand, well, there's a reason he's my favorite. This dude is busy, and he's got a large channel and a large viewer base, and it's tough to respond. So on that one, I don't fault you for that. I understand it would be impossible to reply to everything. So that makes perfect sense. So I'm trying to think of a way to place this question. There's not. Did you get a check for that dry knuckle video?
That's
Did you
none
get
of your fucking business.
Damn, that's pretty good. I like that answer. I wasn't expecting it, but did you get paid for that?
No, absolutely not. Hell no. I mean, affiliate links, that's one thing. But, you know, any affiliate link, anybody can make an affiliate link.
So you don't get checks, or you don't have a price point. If somebody, say I made a tank, right? And I contacted you through the proper venues, there wouldn't be a dollar amount for you to agree to review this product at all.
Hell no.
That's, like I said, there might have been a better way to word it, but straightforward, rip trippers, no.
Absolutely not.
You know, that makes sense to me.
Affiliate links drive traffic, and traffic that's you know, you earn that as a reviewer.
Well, and that's how the internet works.
That's how
you know what I'm saying? Every
works.
industry works. So you don't get checks from companies to review products and stuff like that.
And I also, with the reviews that I do, I'm going to review stuff that I love. And the stuff that I don't like, unless people are raving about it, you know, I'm not going to post most of the time. And every review I do is going to be pros and cons. I'm going to mention the positives of a product and the negatives of a product, because that helps you consumers out. Right,
because not every guy is going to like everything that you like. Some people might, you know, generally have the same vaping style you do, but even inside of that, some people aren't going to like everything. So pros and cons, I think, is a good thing. Mm-hmm. I never did that with my videos. You know, I'm thinking back like how I do my stuff. I always just kind of went over some cut and dry facts and then kind of my opinion. But the pros and cons is good, and pretty much every product has some cons to it.
Absolutely,
there's nothing out there perfect.
Nothing's
right?
perfect.
So that leads into, you know, I think a lot of people may think that all of your product reviews are positive. Maybe some could say that all of your reviews are generally favorable towards that product. What do you say to that?
I just answered that. I mean, all my products, I list the pros and the cons. If I like a product, most of the time, I really like a product, I'm passionate about it, I'm going to review it. The stuff I don't like, unless it's like everyone's raving about it, unless you're sitting over here going, oh yeah, this product right here is the best, and I go vape on it for a month or 2 weeks or whatever, and I'm like, this thing, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to review it. You know, if a lot of people are saying great things about it. You know, because I want to let the consumer know what's good, what's not so good, and also a lot of this stuff's subjective. So what you may like, I may not like. That's what I love about this industry. Yeah. Is that you may like something, I may not, but there's always something for everybody.
Yeah, well, it's putting out content. And like you said, man, I thought I used to get a lot of stuff, but again, I can only imagine the amounts of hardware and products. We all see what comes to market, man. There's a new tank every week and a new mod every week and 50 new juice flavors every 5 seconds. There was 10 more just announced while I said that, right? So I can imagine you get a lot of stuff, and you can only do what you can do.
And it's not just me getting this stuff, man. All these other reviewers out there, these vape reviewers,
absolutely,
they're doing a hell of a job. and you got to give them an applause for that, because it's not just me doing it, and we're all helping the industry out.
Yeah, we definitely provide a service, and I even kind of leave myself out of that. To be honest,
you've done a hell of a job.
I love reviews. I love them, but over this past year or so,
advocacy.
Advocacy has been very important, and I had to get a job, man. I'm with Flawless, and I really love that whole family. So I kind of put it on a back seat. But you guys have taken over. Grim Greens and Basardos and you and Suck My Mod and Ruby and everybody just doing a really good job. I still enjoy it. I'm still very passionate about doing videos, but this feels good, right? Maybe my thing is topics and interviews, I don't know, and a product every once in a while.
This could be a start.
I don't know. So, like I mentioned a minute ago, advocacy is extremely important.
Absolutely.
Not only to me, but in this current climate, right? It's the worst it's ever been.
Good.
And it's needed now more than ever.
I knew that 2 years ago, man, when they first announced it.
No, exactly. And it's been tough, and we've all seen it coming. A lot of people kind of, kept their hoods down and just ignored it.
It's funny how people, either they just weren't in the loop or they just were in denial.
No, I think denial was a big part of it.
Yeah, now things are, shit's hitting the fan. People are like, ah!
Yeah.
It's like...
And we know what we're up against. And so actually now, a lot of advocates that I look to, Dimitri and Greg Connolly, we have a real enemy now. We know exactly what the regulations are. And we could go on to that for 3 hours, but I basically just want to, you've had a lot of success and got a huge viewer base. What have you done to bring more attention to advocacy over the time or now, or just as a general question?
Okay, well, 2 years ago, we formed a group called Free to Vape, and that hasn't really panned out. But what it did was it got the ball rolling.
Right.
It got documents out. It produced 68,000 documents.
That's the letters you sent in?
Well, I didn't send them. Actually,
that organization?
Yes, a guy by the name of Brent. He's the one that did all the web design. And so all of the information was sent in real time. So it was sent into the legislatures, the senators in your area. You had to fill it out. Well, it produced 68,000 documents.
I remember that.
And the FDA guarantee you that is a big reason why. They had to read over every letter, every word, every letter. And that takes time, And so... I think it stalled things a little bit. It helped. So I helped with that, get that thing rolling. And then I would do announcements here and there. I also, and I don't like mentioning this stuff because I don't want to boast about it. I just don't want to be marketing myself in that way. But I auctioned off my car.
That's right.
It was a 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT8. Auctioned it off at a Vegas show for $33,000. And it went to Safada, it went to Free to Vape, and it went to Casa.
Yeah, I wasn't at that show. I kind of sat out. I don't remember what the reason was, so I didn't get to see that. But I definitely heard about it. But I didn't hear enough about it after the fact. And so I think that's a good topic to go over. So it went to the 3 different organizations, $33,000.
Casa, Safada, and Free to Vape.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Yeah. And so you never did a video talking back about that?
No.
Ever.
I'm just giving back, man. It's all about giving back for me.
Right.
Because, what this industry's done for me is huge, but also what I've done for it is huge in my mind. And we got to keep this thing going. Vaping has got to... it's not looking good right now, but we got to keep fighting.
Yeah, you've got to keep fighting. So I see what you're saying. You don't want to seem like you're doing a video to pat yourself on the back. Yeah. But at the same time, I think... if nothing else, from this point forward, you have a responsibility to talk about the things that you were doing. And I think for the viewers out there that want to know, that could have been, had they heard about that specifically, that may have been like, you know what, my guy donated $33,000. I'm going to take up this fight too, to set an example for him.
That's right.
So how big was the tax break? Did you get to write that $33,000 off from the car like the next year on taxes?
Zero.
You don't get tax. No.
Zero tax write-off. $33,000. It wasn't a percentage that went to these. Groups.
Every bit went.
Every bit of the $33,000 went to those 3 groups. They split them up.
Yeah, you can't deduct donations to those groups.
That was out of my pocket, straight up.
Yeah, I would have done, again, I understand the not patting on the back, but man, had I known, or had I been working for Flawless at that booth and that thing, I would have done videos screaming from the mountaintops. That's a big deal to me.
Yeah,
man.
but it went for a good cause, and that's what it's all about.
Right.
And you know what? It's all about giving back. I've preached that in my videos. It's giving back. If you,
Right.
you know, for me, I've been very fortunate. I feel very, very lucky. If you give, you know, you receive. You got to give. You know, and like I said, vaping's huge. This is a lifesaver. I mean, if you're a smoker and you're watching this, this is gonna save your life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I really wish, I don't care if it was you or any other personality or whatever that did that. That's a big deal. That should have been highlighted more than I feel like it got highlighted. And like I said, that I would say that to anyone out there, anybody sitting on the couch or not.
It doesn't matter to me, though, man.
I know it doesn't, but to me
I
it
care
does.
less about being highlighted.
I know.
The fact is that money went to organizations.
Exactly.
And I guarantee you, Kasai's using that, and Safada's used that.
They need it bad.
Well, yeah, and we need to get more. We need to somehow have, you know, maybe we could do something together.
I think that's a good idea. I think, you know, no matter who's your favorite reviewer, whatever, man, you got people out there that have a reach, that have an opportunity, like you, to make change and to get people behind what we need them behind right now.
Absolutely.
I think let's try to figure something else and use that. You know, we'll use industry, we'll use consumers, we'll use whatever we can. And let's try to come up with a project. That'll be really cool. That'll be kind of a cool, like, follow-up. Or, like, if nothing else comes from this video, then you and I deciding to raise some money or think of a project for attention to advocacy, that's a win as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, that was 2 years ago too, so it's a little bit different than now. I mean,
it is.
Now it's like the shit's hit the fan. You
Right.
know, it really has, and it's companies. In my opinion, we could go on and on about this.
Yeah, exactly. Hours and hours.
But I think companies really. This is about companies getting together.
Absolutely.
And bringing some cash together.
Yeah, we need 300,000 or 3 million today.
We need millions, to be honest with you. But
Well, I agree. That was a cool move, man. You know, I don't have a car to donate, or I wouldn't have a car to drive, but that was a cool move. I remember hearing about it. I never followed up on it, but that was a really cool move, man. I think that was nice. And then, you know, for people that were wondering, oh, well, he just gets that back in taxes.
no.
That's just not how that works. And I can say to that, thinking about it now, these organizations don't give tax write-off receipts. Am I right? Like, that's not even an option.
No,
with
they don't.
These advocacy groups.
You're giving it out of good faith and because you believe in the cause.
Yeah. All right. So I think we touched on some pretty good topics, man. This thing could drain on, and we could go on for hours about, I think, any single one topic.
Shoot away, man. Shoot away.
We could go forever.
That's why you're here. That's why I'm here. So.
And again, I appreciate it. I think we got some good stuff to put out. So let's go back to, you're a reviewer, and in my opinion, you're an elite reviewer. And whether you want to say that's an opinion or not, you have reached...
I hate that word elite, man.
And that's all right. You have reached a status. You're a big-time reviewer with a lot of viewers, if nothing else.
I'm a guy that loves what I do.
That's all right. And you've hit this level of subscribers to where people turn to you for advice. Now, there's a lot of others. Back in the day, there was only a couple reviewers. But over the years, man, every day for a while,
let me stop you there. Okay, I got to give credit where credit's due. So you got Grim Green. Okay, Grim Green.
Yep.
He's the guy that started it. Okay, he's been vaping for 7 years.
That's right.
He's the first guy that started doing vape reviews. Grim Green. I get you 69. I get you 69 out of the UK. He's another great one. He's been doing vape reviews since like late 2008, and I think Grim Green started in January of 2009. So to those two guys. They rock, man. They rock, and they need credit. Credit where credit's due.
That's good.
It's not me, you know. I watched their reviews before I became a reviewer,
right.
And then you got P. Bastardo, who was before me as well, and he's another kick-ass reviewer. So credit where credit's due.
Yeah, coming up when I was learning how to vape and starting to vape, I watched a lot of Bastardo videos, a lot of Grim Green videos, and have developed friendships with them over the past couple years, and that's been really cool. So I get emails, and I have for years, about, hey, I want to start doing reviews, blah, blah, blah. The ones that I actually respond to are the ones that are kind of based in passion. Hey, I'm very passionate about vaping. I want to help people. I want to start doing reviews. What's your advice? So basically, I want to transfer that question to you. What advice do you have for new reviewers or potential reviewers out there?
Don't do it! No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Look, you got to be passionate. Just like you said, you get a lot of guys that email you. They say they're passionate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you got to be passionate for the right reason. For me, I started out, I bought all my stuff for the first year. Me
Me
I
too.
bought everything. I mean, I spent thousands of dollars on bait gear. And that stuff,
Yeah.
most of the stuff I was rebuilding because it was crappy.
Exactly.
You know, but that's what got us to where we are today with this technology. But yeah, to you reviewers, you potential reviewers out there, you got to love what you do. Do not expect free product, okay? Because if you're in it for free product, then you're in it for the wrong reason.
Right. And it doesn't start like that. I started borrowing stuff. I would have my friends who had a cool Nemesis. Hey, man, do you mind if I borrow that for a week or so I can get this review up? And most of the stuff we were buying to prevent other people from wasting their money. I don't have a lot of money, but I would spend $20 on a tank, $25 on a this and that. But it was to help other people decide if that was the right purchase or not. So you just got to kind of pay your dues.
You got to admit, though. I mean, you just wanted the stuff.
I totally wanted it. But,
I'm kidding. I know you're in your heart's in the right place.
A vast majority of the stuff ended up broken or half leaking in a random box
Let me ask
on
you
the
a
side
question.
there.
Did you give it back to your friends, or did you just...
No, those were very expensive back in the day. I had to give them
Those
back.
are like, what, $300 mods?
Dude, it wasn't no joke. The K-Fun I borrowed from my buddy John Denver, still one of my best friends in this industry. I hated it. I kept it for 6 months. I hated it for a week, put it up, and 4 months later, I rebuilt it and fell in love with it, and then he wanted it back.
Oh, that's a
Burn.
dagger to the heart.
Burn.
But you got to give it back. I mean,
I had to,
you
That
can't
way
take
he
it.
let me borrow other stuff in the future as he got better stuff. But then again, it was a lot of clones back then. When I didn't know any better. I couldn't even get authentic stuff.
Clones.
And I know you stayed away from it. And this day and age, I think that's a lot more generally respected.
Well, hold on. A clone, first of all, everything is pretty much, you get rip off of everything. Just like I mentioned in my reviews. But a clone is when, back in the day, companies would steal trademark logos and put it on their own product.
Counterfeit.
Crap. That's a clone.
Right.
That's crap.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And that, again, like everything else we've done, we're both talkers, so we could go on for 4 hours about clones and not clones. So I think that's been pretty cool. Thank you for doing this. Maybe we'll decide we didn't get to everything, and we'll do another one in the future. You heard him. I have him on tape that he's agreed to get together with me and do some sort of advocacy project. Right?
I'm always down for that.
To raise awareness and raise money ultimately to help this fight we're in. If you're watching this and you're not aware of the FDA regulations, please just Google them.
Get your head out of your ass!
Do that too. We need your help right now.
No,
but mainly,
serious.
Thanks to Rip. I hope some of you out there that had some questions for him, hopefully I answered them. And, maybe, who knows, we'll post this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pretty cool time. And hopefully it shed some light on this guy. I don't know if you need some more lotion towards the end of the video or what. Oh, did I use it all?
What, have you been in the bathroom all day?
So thanks, everybody. I appreciate it, Rip. We'll see you next time.
Here you go. Here's some more lotion.
Oh, nice.
There you go. There you go.
I'll see you later.